Top of the AM, top of the AM. How's it going? It is TGIF, and I woke up on the right side of the bed and above the dirt. Thank God for the wake up. Seriously. Welcome to another episode here of Talking Cancer, My Journey, My Way. A few things I'd like to get out of the way. First of all is wishing my madre a happy birthday, a rest in peace, madre, mother, great lady once she got past her heroin addiction. For those that know and don't know, and you've maybe listened to some of my previous Facebook's things and all that, you know, I was raised by two heroin addicts. Well, not raised at all, actually, but that's for another story, backstory. Also, today is Cinco de Mayo. Wonderful, right? In San Diego at that, so it's a great thing. Today I have my first guest, and my first guest is my beautiful wife. And we're going to just talk a little bit just about cancer, maybe dive into revisiting maybe some of the emotions that we felt together. It's kind of hard to relive it exactly, but just talk about those things and those initial thoughts that might have went through our head. Well, you know what went through mine already, but maybe we could talk to her about it. And I'd like to welcome my wife right now, Shakora.
Hello.
And there you have it, guys. The woman behind the man, for sure. Definitely been my rock, as I stated yesterday. And I'm so lucky that I was able to get her on board. It was only right to have her as my first guest, for sure. But Shakora, baby, honey, love. No, seriously though, I mean, we know that, you know, this journey hasn't been easy at all. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. I think, to say the least, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, you know, we're both in a positive space. I hope that we both are. I know it's still lingers every so often in the back of our mind, but we try to brush it off a little bit and try to give the day our best efforts.
Absolutely.
But I kind of want to go back a little bit and talk about kind of how it went for you. I know when I first went to the hospital and I went to urgent care and things like that, and you know, I had my exams there, and I believe I went that day by myself. And you got to remember, this is all during COVID, okay, when I found out.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of people being able to go to the hospital and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they, you know, as I was in urgent care, I was able to go and have my colonoscopy there at urgent care, kind of.
No.
Was it?
No.
Where was it at?
So you went to urgent care.
Okay.
I remember it was after work, and I was like, don't come home.
Okay.
You need to go to urgent care. You went there, and they couldn't really do like a lot of things for you, but with you telling them all your symptoms.
They did the x-rays?
Yeah, they did all that. Right. And then they were like, we need to escalate this quickly. So they made all the phone calls and made all the arrangements for you to see a gastroenterologist and have a colonoscopy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
As you can see, she knows all the medical terms. I am not good at this. She has my back for real. I'm telling you. She's amazing. She should have been a doctor for real. Anyways,
My dream.
so yeah, so I had the appointment for the colonoscopy, and you were there, and the
Well, I
kids
dropped
were
you
there.
off.
Right, dropped me off because you couldn't be in the room with me and all that stuff like that. But you were there for the wake up.
Yeah.
Thank God for that wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, so the doctor called me, and she said, I will never forget this. I was like, shit, I know something's wrong. She's like, when you get here, I need to speak with you. And I remember telling her, I have my kids with me. And she's like, oh, don't worry. When you come in, a nurse is going to take your kids away, and we're going to bring you back to where he is. God, this brings back so many emotions. And so,
Well, just remember my motto. Just breathe for a second.
yeah.
And, I know it could stir up some things. But this is real talk, real life, real raw. And, just take a minute. Gather yourself if you have to. And
Yeah, and so she's talking with us, and she's like, I'm almost certain that this is cancer. We removed 9 polyps during the colonoscopy, and the tumor, right? The tumor was like large and in charge.
about the size of maybe like a racquetball or tennis ball, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was causing all your pain.
Yeah. I had major pain, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I couldn't even go to the bathroom.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, don't come home. You
Yeah.
need to go to urgent care. Like, this is serious.
Yeah. I was like screaming to go to the bathroom. It hurts so bad. Like so bad. It was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And so I'll never forget that day. It was June 9th. It was a day after my birthday, my
Right.
40th birthday.
Right.
Yeah. It was not fun.
Yeah.
And that's what started it all. This was what started the journey.
Yeah. So, and then I remember that they had they couldn't confirm it exactly. They couldn't confirm it exactly. But, they did the biopsy and stuff like that. They took a little piece of it and
Yes.
sent it to the doctor. And that's when I had an actual doctor read the medical report or the biopsy. And I remember that. That was like the official knowing.
Yeah.
And you remember what happened, how I took it?
It was devastating. It was like the end of the world.
Yeah, I think I
Just
was
came
pretty.
all crashing down.
Yeah, I was pretty emotional. I think that day too. Just, I couldn't believe it. But that was tough. And I think for anybody that'll be tough for real. Like, and then just for the listeners and stuff like that, like that are listening to the podcast, like, where did your mind go when you got the official news of your husband having cancer?
I was devastated. I was like, what? Like, how are we going to navigate this? Like, am I going to lose my best friend and my husband? Like, I feel like we waited a lifetime to find each other. And it could all be taken away. Like, what? Like, we still have kids to raise. Like, no, this is not happening. And then to watch you go through radiation, chemo, It was a lot. It was hard because there's nothing I could do.
Yeah.
There's nothing no one could do.
Yeah. That, I try to give people, she's my best friend, and I believe that I'm her best friend. Like,
Of course.
We rock with each other. We fucks with each other for real. Yeah, when they say two peas in a pod, that's what we are. Like, I don't like doing anything without her. You know what I mean?
Now I
Like,
have to get tissue because
for real. Like, I do not like doing anything without her. And we're just like kind of like on the same boat. That's just how we do. But I want to know a little bit more on, well, me, I know, but I want the people to know more about how you navigate or how you've been navigating through this.
Well, it's literally one day at a time. Because there's so many emotions involved. And then to see you beat it the first time, I was like, oh my God, we're safe. And then you would get your scans every 3 months. And so this last time when they were like, yeah, so it's basically stage 4 and it metastasized to your liver. And now, before they only found the first time around in cancer, or we don't know if it was cancer in the lymph nodes. I think it was when it was stage 3.
Yeah,
they found it in 2 lymph nodes.
But they never. Every time they did the MRI, it just stayed the same size, so they weren't really worried about it. It wasn't growing.
Right, they were just like
Right.
inflamed.
Mm-hmm.
And then so when it metastasized and it turned into stage 4, then they found another lymph node that was rather large behind the abdomen.
Right.
So, it just sucks. It just brought back all those emotions all over again.
So how do you find a way to navigate through these emotions to find just a way to push through the day between me, the kids, and yourself? Do you have some sort of, ritual that you do, like me, like, I'm constantly, you know me, I'm constantly telling you I'm praying at night, I'm praying in the morning. It's like a ritual for me to do certain things. How do you get through watching your best friend walk through cancer?
It's hard, I'm not going to lie. I pray a lot, constantly. I feel like that's what really gets me through the day. And most of the time I'm just on autopilot doing everything else that has to be done. Gotta work, gotta pick up the kids, dinner, but I'm always researching, like, what's gonna help you,
Yeah.
and checking in with you. You okay? Do you need anything? How do you feel? How can I support you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, trust me. I know. I mean, we deal with it every day, but trying to give the people that are listening some insight on how we navigate. It's definitely real, and when she touched on research, like, this is this is my person right here that just finds everything, and I kind of just weed through things
Yeah.
and what kind of feels comfortable with me, that I feel comfortable with because she knows that I'm not a medication kind of person. So as much as I could steer away from having to do that, go to the extreme of chemo and all of that, I will. Like the fasting and all of that. She showed me this. She was like, "What do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And I started looking into fasting, along with a lot of success stories with fasting. So she's been my researcher. She's like that. What are those lawyers that have the person that looks for all the information? Right. She's that person. She goes and hunts everything down. But she's like so medically knowledgeable. It's crazy. Like she should literally be a doctor. She knows all the terminology. She knows what's good for you. She knows what foods are right for you. And she's taught me so much, and I'm so appreciative of her knowledge. Like when I say God put the right person in the right place for me at the right time, oh my goodness. Like, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have her by my side. I would be lost. I would probably be dead from that chemo poisoning.
Don't say that.
Seriously. Because I don't know if I would have knew about nutrition and blood type diets and, and done all these other different little things and foods that you've introduced me to and all the juicing and probiotics and all whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for real.
Yeah. I'm learning too, though.
I know you are. I know, but you're like, this is your field. This is what you do. You're definitely into a lot of natural stuff similar to me as well, like cupping and acupuncture. You've actually been doing acupuncture way before me. And I've never really tripped on it. And I've tried it once before, and it wasn't my thing. So when I had this next go around and where I couldn't breathe and I couldn't, my back and my stomach was hurting and all that good stuff, and I woke up knowing what I needed to do that morning, I don't know if I would have had that in the back of my mind had you not introduced it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was there for a reason.
Well, our bodies are so capable with the right environment,
Right. Yeah.
So you just have to know what the things are that are going to help you,
Yeah.
And every day is a struggle. Like, I'm a foodie for real. I love food, all kinds of food.
Trust me, I think I do too. I mean,
So it was really hard to
No.
watch you like do that fast.
Yeah.
And I felt so guilty. Every time I ate something, I'm like, let me go over here and take a bite of this.
and that's kind of how it is. You never know what you can do
Right.
until your back is against the wall.
Absolutely.
You never know what you're capable of. And I think for the both of us, I could probably speak for the both of us, like, we feel like our backs are against the wall right now,
Yeah.
and we're doing everything that we can to research, to live, to support each other. And even me being sick, I do everything I possibly can to make sure that she doesn't burden everything that goes on around the house or with the kids and things like that. Because, I'm sick or I'm hurting and things like that. But
Yeah, but we're such a team. Like,
Yeah.
you do the drop off, I do the pickup. Like,
Yeah.
and everything in between we got it.
no, for sure,
And
for
like,
sure.
that's how it should be.
For sure. I remember the time when we went to the oncologist, the surgical oncologist. Same dude, as a matter of fact, I think, Dr. Wynn. Excuse me, I didn't mean to drop his name
I
like
know.
that.
I was like,
My
ooh.
bad, Dr. Bleep.
Blip.
But I think he was the one that told us about, I'm going to have to get a permanent colostomy bag. Wasn't it? Was it him?
No.
Or was it a different doctor?
It was
Okay.
it was
Was
another.
it?
It was the surgical one.
Okay, I'm just not going to mention no niggas. I got the
Yeah,
wrong guy.
no.
So, anyways,
He only deals with your medicine.
yeah, I damn near lost it
Yeah.
in that hospital room. And I
You
mean,
did. You did.
yeah, you don't remember? I just started
Yes.
crying and some more shit. You know what I mean? Like,
No, and I was like rubbing your
Yeah.
chest. I'm like, no, give him a minute to
I'm
take
like,
this
hold
all
on,
in.
what? You want to cut everything out, all my intestines and everything? Like what?
Yeah. He said because of the location. And he's like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna, he's like, I think he tried to get you to do it. And he's like, it could be temporary. But if there's not enough room
Yeah.
to reattach it, then like you're gonna be stuck with it.
Yeah, they really try to bamboozle you. I swear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that part of it's all good. But yeah, this is my wife. And she is glorious, wonderful, beautiful, thoughtful. There's not much more in a spouse that I could ask for. Like God gave me exactly who I needed at the right time. And I thank God for that. And I thank her for everything that she does in my life. And I hope this
Just like
gives you
so sweet.
I hope this gives you a little bit of insight, just a little bit, from a spouse's perspective in things. She's so involved in my health care. It's ridiculous. And I just, I can't be thankful enough. So thank you, babe. I really appreciate you.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I love you so much.
I love you too.
And I
Well.
think so highly of you too.
Oh, stop it.
I'm just not as vocal as you are.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just glad, I wanted to make sure that you were my first guest because it's only right. You're my biggest supporter. You're my biggest advocate. And I appreciate that about you. So thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Anyways, I want to thank everybody that's listening today. It's a special day. Remember, it is TGI Friday. It is Cinco de Mayo. And happy birthday to my madre.
Aww.
With that being said, peace, love, one.